In this video, we're looking at a brand new sales page template called Wireless. And you can see it here on the screen. We've got a lovely slick design throughout this entire template, a nice contemporary style using some beautiful fonts like the Open Sans and the Lato font used throughout. So let's take a look at it here. You can see as I scroll, that image behind at the top there is fixed. That's using a bit of CSS. That's fixed in place inside the overall page template. And we've got a nice call to action button there with a nice little color that stands out prominently on that background. You can see here, so we've used the heading at the top with the supporting headline underneath and then straight into the call to action here. And if we click on that, we're going to open up the overlay optimizer, and inside that we've got a video for you to show a video, some content. You'll notice here as well on the overlay optimizer there's zero padding around, so there's no spacing around the edge of the pop-up there. Let's keep scrolling down as we go further in this next row. We've used a 4-column row here, and we've used it to highlight some other features about your product or your service using some larger headline fonts with some small text underneath them. So that instantly breaks up that top section as you then go down into the next row, and you see here we've included an image below the text and the headline above. So this could be an image of, say, your product or something you've got for sale. You could even switch this out with a video and put some video content in there, and that image goes all the way down to the next row, and you'll notice that it sits completely on top, flush with the row underneath it. And going into that next row, we've used some custom icons here just to highlight different features of your product or your service. For example, here we're using things in the wireless industry, so we're looking at using some icons related to the wireless with a little icon here like a Bluetooth similar icon, and then a secure icon and a privacy icon. And as always, you can switch these out with your own icons or even have your own images made if you want to. This row sort of stands out with a slight different background color there. You could add some extra padding at the top and the bottom to increase a bit more space, just to make these stand out a little bit more if you wanted. Going further down, we've then used the step graphics. You can see here, so we've got the headline at the top here, then we've got a supporting headline underneath. We've used a large image over on the left-hand side, and the right-hand side we're using the step graphic element. So we've put in the first step element above, and then below that we've got a text block. And then we've added another step, another text block, and another step. As you see, I can show you how we can edit these and how the text blocks are put in place. Let's go further down here. We can see we've got another row. Again, we've used some logos for the company, so you could highlight some people that are already using your services or even something that integrates with your company. Then below that, we've gone into the testimonial section. We've got little review stars here. You can highlight some reviews that you've got, put in a customer's name, and then maybe a testimonial from that customer. Again, giving that social proof into your product or your service. Then going further down, we've got a little team section, so you could highlight some people who are maybe part of your team. We've used just simple images here with then text underneath with a larger font and also a bolder font for the name. And then underneath that, we then put in some smaller text with a slightly different color as well, so you could highlight maybe the country where these people are from. And then as we scroll further down, we go into a pricing section that we've made here. Now this is a custom pricing page. Each of these pricing elements are made using the featured block element, and I'll show you that in a second when I go inside the live editor. But you can see here the way we've done it is that you can highlight a particular price if you wanted to, maybe one that's more popular than the other, or you could even highlight with different color buttons here as well, so you can choose how you want these to behave. And then going further down, we've added in a frequently asked questions section at the bottom, just to sort of break away any doubt someone has about your product that you're selling, so you can answer any of the common questions below here. And this is using the simple frequently asked question layout that we added inside that row. And again, you can change these questions and the font here. You could even put in images if you wanted to, rather than having like a text icon, or we've got like the Q letter there. So you can choose how you want these to look, edit them as you like to suit your product or service. So let's jump into the live editor here. And let's scroll down. The background image you see there is edited inside the color scheme settings, overall page color. Scroll down, overall page color, and you can see there's the background image there, and it's fixed in place using a bit of CSS. If you just wanted to replace that image, you'd replace it in that place, and you can come back and change that anytime. Let's go further down, look at the step graphics section that we had. You can see here, so this is a step above, we can edit this. There's the color we've chose, there's the text for step 1, and then there's some text in there which you can edit. And then below that, this is the text block. If we open it up, there's the text in there. you could freely edit that text. And then the same for the next one. So you could increase these, you could have 3, 4, and 5, 4, 5, and so on if you wanted more steps, or you could remove these steps. These could just be features to highlight certain features of your product, like 1, 2, 3, and 4, for the main benefits that your product has, or you could remove them. You don't have to use them as step graphics. They could be used for other things, like other ways to highlight features of your products. Let's go further down here and look at the pricing graphics, and you can see here these are 3 featured boxes, and you can see as 1 and 2 and then 3 at the top here. So these, like any featured box, you can open up and then edit the elements that are inside that editor. You can add in other elements. And for this one, for example, here you can see the benefits are actually just like a text block, and there's the text block. And if we edit one and we go to advanced options, you can see here the text is aligned center. So that's how we get in those benefits to come down the middle here of the page. And then the pricing, the actual price is just done with a larger font. And then below that, again, another custom featured box, and inside that is the button. So you could jump in if you wanted to and edit these button colors and styles and text. You could link these up to your shopping cart pages. And then this featured block would have been cloned 3 times or twice, and then they've gone in and edited the color of this featured block as well and included the text in there. So the actual featured block is, if we open up the featured block here, then we go to advanced options, scroll down, here's the color of that featured block. So if you want to edit the color, you can come in here and edit the color to match that of your own design or your logo or your branding. So that's how we've done the featured blocks. It might look a bit complex there, but they're all customizable. There's 3 of them. You can edit the colors, you can make them white if you wanted. You could even give borders to these center boxes if you wanted to make them stand out. And then below that, here's the Q&A section, or the featured or the frequently asked questions section. And it's using our Q&A element here, and we've had 2 columns, you can see. That's the wireless template. If you do use it in your business, please do drop us an email so we can see it in action live on your site.